Hello everyone, welcome to the Metal Gear Solid 4 stream. We've had some big technical issues, but we're back at this now, so this is kind of just the training area. I wanted to start with this just real quick. This game works a bit differently from the other games. The game has an over-the-shoulder kind of shooting aspect. You can still go in first-person mode. But it's kind of, like, yeah, it takes an extra step to go into first-person mode. Another thing is, like, the CQC works a bit differently from how it did in 3. For whatever reason, Solid Snake is now using CQC, even though he didn't in the previous games. And it works very similarly, but it has a few differences as well. There are a couple of interesting moves you can do. Like, this one, for instance. You can now choke people out while straddling them. Which is kind of fun. And you know, there's the over-the-shoulder and everything, and I think generally everything works similarly. Oh yeah, there's another thing in that you have to reload. You can't just quick swap like you could in the previous games. In fact, you have a 3-weapon slot system. You can quick swap between 3 different weapons in this game, but there is no automatic reloading, no quick reload. You just have to shoot and then press the reload button. That's how it works. Or if you try to shoot when you don't have anything, you reload. And that's it. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to show that off, and I also kind of wanted to reset the main menu. I'll be showing off the iPod later. So, as you probably noticed, this game seems to take place a long time after Metal Gear Solid 2. Snake is now gray-haired and has a mustache. He's all wrinkled now. He's gotten pretty old. In this intro here, this is the first thing you see when you start up the game. And you just see him in this field of flowers, reminiscent of when Snake fought the boss in Metal Gear Solid 3. Standing in that graveyard. Same graveyard that Big Boss stood in. As you probably noticed, this game has a bit of a tone change. There's actually no Easter eggs hidden in the main menu for this game, unlike all the other games. This game doesn't have any. I can press the shoulder buttons, I can click the sticks and move them around, nothing happens. All you can do is watch the scene and go into the main menu. But, I mean, you might want to see where this goes. Maybe something will happen. So you'll keep watching. It's a pretty dramatic scene. I wonder what could have brought Snake here. Makes you wonder what could have brought Snake to this situation. How that could have how it could have led to this. That's what this is. That's what this game is about. So definitely a tone change. Oh, I didn't do it. Sometimes sometimes a sort of fake ad will play when you do that. So, first real decision of the game. What difficulty level are you gonna play on? I'm guessing you guys didn't get to hear this explanation before, so I'll do it again. This game has about the same number of difficulty levels as the other games, but except there's maybe one or two fewer. But there's no very easy mode. There's liquid easy, and then there's two normal modes. For whatever reason, they thought, you know, I'm gonna choose solid normal, but for whatever reason, they thought, well, for whatever reason, they made the normal setting for Europe and North America solid normal. It's just a little bit harder. Naked normal is actually the normal mode for Japanese players. I don't really know why. I don't know what the difference is, or from what I've heard, Japanese people had a harder time adapting to the shooting controls of the game. Something that plays very differently from the other games. Uses two sticks instead of just one, and just it feels different, and there's just less of a frame of reference from a Japanese for Japanese players, I guess. They hadn't played many games like this. So, anyway, we're going to be playing solid normal, and we're going to jump right in, I guess. So, you can get a number of these when you start up the game. These are just some ads that appear. I would like to point out that you can actually switch the channel, and it says the name as well of what the program you're watching.
Goodbye, and maybe good luck.
One with David Hayter.
How did you stay afloat?
You mean in high school? Well, my dad got transferred overseas, and it was a really excellent experience, actually. I was really grateful for it.
This is Snake's voice actor, by the way.
What is your biggest secret, David?
Pardon me?
You can tell us.
Oh, well, it's not much of a secret, but I have a tattoo of Kobe behind my ear.
Tattoo, splendid.
Yeah, it's not terribly big.
What are you wearing?
What do you mean?
Why are you here?
Oh, well, I was hoping to promote my new movie. I'm just coming off of the set.
No, David Hayter. Why here, wearing an eye patch?
Oh, the eye patch. This is pretty cool, actually. Gives me real-time information and you know, weather, traffic reports. I'm actually watching a baseball game as we speak.
Really? What drives you? What are your dreams?
Well, you know, I'd have to say my dream project.
Let your dreams drive you. Ah, a message of hope to today's young people from David Hayter.
I never actually said that.
So yeah, these are you can switch between these ads. There are quite a few of them. I didn't actually cycle through all of them because I wanted to show that one off because I really like it and because it has David Hayter in it. Well, that's more TV shows actually. But afterwards, there's always a commercial for a PMC, a paramilitary corporation or company, paramilitary. Private military, a private military company. That's the phrase I'm looking for. So, oh, go to the workout one. Sorry. Might have to do that one separately. I think I'll get back to that later. I know you wanted to see the workout one, And I knew I couldn't show off all of them, and so I wanted to show off the David Hayter one. I like the workout one too, but I think we'll have to do that in a separate thing. Anyway.
Has changed. It's no longer about nations, ideologies, or ethnicity. It's an endless series of proxy battles fought by mercenaries and machines. War and its consumption of life has become a well-oiled machine. War has changed. ID tag soldiers carry ID tagged weapons, use ID tag gear. Nanomachines inside their bodies enhance and regulate their abilities. Genetic control, information control, emotion control, battlefield control. Everything is monitored and kept under control. War has changed. The age of deterrence has become the age of control. All in the name of averting catastrophe from weapons of mass destruction. And he who controls the battlefield controls history. War has changed. When the battlefield is under total control, war becomes routine.
Gotta love that seamless transition to gameplay. So, Snake comes in, dressed, apparently disguised as a rebel. I guess disguised as one of these militiamen fighting alongside the worst militia in human history. Let's see what Otacon has to say about this.
Okay, Snake, let's start with the basics. I'll provide instructions via codec. Some of these controls are new, so it's best if you practice now before you get back into the thick of things. Listen carefully to my instructions and then give it a try. I've also set your codec so that you can receive short messages in listen-only mode. With MCON implemented, there's less chance of you accidentally giving away your position. Snake, you should keep practicing the basic
Okay, I thought there would be more to it, but I guess not. If you actually wait long enough in here, the game will take over. And notice I have auto aim on. The square button turns on and off auto aim. If I wait in here long enough, the game will suddenly take control away from me and run Snake, like it is now, to the exit. I'm not controlling any of this. Not all of the transitions are as smooth as that, but, what's going on over there? Well, anyway. Nope.
To make a weapon available for use, ready it by selecting weapons from the menu screen.
Okay, I got an AK-102. Well, let's see if we can equip that. Now, since this is from the militia guys, I can actually shoot it. It has limited ammo, and I just fired a bunch of it. But, you can't shoot a lot of the weapons. Well, actually, no. That'll come up later. Never mind.
Don't forget, Snake. This is still a sneaking mission. The basic rule still applies. Stay out of sight.
It says that, but then you have to run out there. So yeah, geckos. You remember those guys? Yeah. Don't fight those guys. So, like you can, and in fact you can, if you do it just right, you can actually punch them until they blow up, I think. But you have to have absolute perfect timing. Also, items are just lying around in this game. They don't. They have labels on them that indicate that they're items you can pick up, but they don't spin around like they do in. They don't float and spin around like they did in the old games. As you can see, there was a. Oh no! Oh no! Yes, these gecko will look around pretty hard for you. Oh my. Alright. Actually, I wonder if Otacon says anything about these guys.
Snake, the Gecko are starting to hunt down the militia. Those things are deadly. You've got to avoid their close-range attacks.
Okay, not much. I guess he won't say much until later when the special thing happens. I really want this thing to... Oh no, can it actually see me with that? I've never actually tried this before. Oh good. I've heard that it's possible to punch these guys and get them stun locked. I don't know how...
Didn't you hear me, Snake? North. Go north.
Oh, north. Okay. That guy doesn't seem to be moving. Wonder if I could sneak around behind him. Looks like it. I can't believe that worked. Alright. Ouch! Okay, you can't actually punch them. I was lied to. And we get our first save screen. Yeah, I'll go ahead and save. I don't have 1,000,000 save files this game. I only have 1.5 million. Oh, actually, that's. But yeah, I do have a few. About 8, I guess. So anyway, I'm just gonna start a new one. I'll probably have 1,000,000 by the end of this though, because I'm probably gonna save in a bunch of different files like I usually do on my stream.
Otacon, even the dead have ears.
Snake, we've got to go. You've got an old friend waiting for you.
Otacon, the test results.
Proteome analysis was positive. But the mRNA analysis turned up negative. The wrinkled skin, the hardened arteries. Your early aging symptoms look like classic Werner syndrome. But none of the tests were able to pinpoint the cause.
So,
Well, judging by how rapidly the aging has progressed, I'd say
a year at best, right?
yeah. Snake, let's try another doctor.
It won't make any difference. I'm not an ordinary man to begin with. Not to mention Fox die.
You're right. But we don't know where Naomi is.
Naomi.
Snake!
Colonel. Good to see you.
Well, I'm not a colonel anymore, Snake.
I figured the only place I'd see you dressed like that would be at your daughter's wedding. What are you doing these days?
I'm working for an organization under the UN Security Council. The Analysis and Assessment Staff of the PMC Oversight and Inspection Committee.
Yeah, I remember the resolution being passed a few years ago.
Snake, I came across some information in my work. We found him. In the Middle East.
What?
I'll explain along the way. We've got to stop him. Now. Before it's too late.
Liquid's made his move. We've found him.
He's preparing to unleash his insurrection. Liquid is lying in wait in a Middle Eastern war zone. Track him down.
So Liquid has come back. We didn't kill Liquid in Metal Gear Solid 2, even though he was obviously the main antagonist of that game after Solidus, I guess. He's still around, so, and I guess he's up to something again. So we'll see how that goes.
Only 2 eggs today? Solidus must have taken the day off. 7, 8, 9, 2, 5, 9, 0, 3, 6, 0, 3, 3, 0, 5, 3, 0, 5, 4, 8, 8, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6, 5, 2, 1, 3.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
What's the situation?
I'm just inside the city limits. This place is crawling with lizards.
Ah, AT Corps' unmanned bipedal weapons. Officially designated Irving by the US military. They've spread like wildfire among the PMCs. There are more of those things now in service than tanks. They've got tough armor plating and are highly agile to boot. Your best bet is to stay out of their sights.
Unmanned. Pretty soon they'll have put living, breathing soldiers out of work.
Even so, that's an awful lot of Gecko for this scenario. Their numbers exceed the war price for that region. It must have something to do with Liquid's arrival on the scene.
You really think he's here?
You'll have to find the Army's operatives and ask them yourself. Oh, and Snake, I went ahead and used the Mark II to scout out the area before your arrival. You'll find it up ahead.
Mark II?
It's a remote mobile terminal. Sonny and I built it. The Mark II will provide you with a map of the area as well as any battle situation data. You should find it before you do anything else.
Okay, got it.
The rendezvous point is marked on your map. I'll be waiting for you there.
I skipped the briefing intentionally. We'll get back to that later. A lot of the stuff that you just found out about will be a lot more clear when we watch the briefing. But I didn't want to start with the briefing, if that makes sense. Because it's kind of a bland way to start the game. Although I did start with the training mode, but that was really just so that I could get the main menu restarted. But anyway, so this is the tutorial. That was the tutorial for the Octo Camo. There's a few things actually we can explore here. That we can, a few mechanics I can explain here, like knocking over things creates a sound, just like in the previous games. The Octo Camo, basically the way it works is you press up against something and it takes the texture or the camouflage from the wall or whatever you're pressed up against. You can get camouflage from the floor as well, and you can even like have Snake put his head down if you want to, and in fact you can have Snake do this if you really want him to be as quiet as possible. This is how he is, just really, really quiet. I hope you like looking at Snake's butt, because the camera is centered on it a lot in this game. But anyway, is there anything in there? I don't think so. I don't think there's a way in there, actually. Oh, also dumpster. You can peek out of the dumpster. It actually reads how hard you press the button, which is kind of funny because like a lot of the time this game doesn't use a lot of the pressure sensitive stuff that the previous games did, but it is pressure sensitive about this. You can raise and lower it. I don't know if they can see you when you do this or not. I have no idea, actually. Also, taking cover requires you to press the triangle button, something I honestly don't like very much. I think it takes away something. And if you ever want Snake to get rid of the camouflage he has and just go back to the neutral thing, you can actually just shake the controller a lot. Or maybe not. I thought that did it. Okay, there we go. I have to put it in one hand, I guess, and shake it. You have to shake it pretty hard. So you can actually just get rid of your camouflage that way if you want to. Probably a bad idea most of the time, but you can even do it in cutscenes, so it's pretty funny. Also, as you saw, the codec is a bit different now.
Snake, your first order of business is to rendezvous with the Mark II. Just follow my instructions and use your octo-camo to make sure the enemy doesn't see you along the way.
So we have to go and look for the Mark II. Let's see, actually, Snake picked up a weapon during that cutscene. Oh, no? He didn't, or at least it's not in our weapons menu. He did pick it up in the cutscene, though. We just can't use it right now. There's actually one additional thing you can do in this game. It's probably the best addition to the game. Even though it may not sound like much when you hear what it is, it dramatically just improves the gameplay. And that is, when you crouch, in previous games that moving while crouching caused you to crawl. In this game, you crouch walk. Crouch walking. Oh, and there's also this. Since you don't have a radar like in the other games, and you don't have all the things that you had in Metal Gear Solid 3, you have a threat detector ring. Kind of shows how close enemies are, how big a threat they are to you, things like that. Arsenal compress. Or compress? Compress? I don't know. Effective against muscle aches, sore joints, and bruises. Snake is old, so he has to use these. Although I guess the idea is just that anybody could use it, but it's almost like a joke on Snake's age. Oh! That was close.
Who was that?
Is he about to run over here? Yes. He is. That's okay. So let's just choke him out. Since we're on a low profile, it's harder for enemies to see us. We got his rifle this way.
By both the militia and the PMCs. Remember though, PMC weapons are locked. You can't use them.
So we actually.
If only there was some way to get rid of the locks.
So even though we got this rifle just now, we can't actually use it because it's locked. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. It's kind of a risk to go in here, but I think it may be worth it. Because I seem to remember, yeah, there's something on the bed here. Okay, it's fine. Thought there was a little bit more there, but oh well.
Please don't shoot!
Now, could I have helped that man? The answer is no. I have tried over and over. I've never found a way to make that man not die. I don't think it's possible. Snake's not exactly the heroic type, anyway. Box camo. This is box camo. Well, crate camo, I guess I should say. I'm just kind of going from cover to cover to see where all the enemies are and everything. I'm not sure what caused the caution mode. I guess it was the guy I knocked out earlier.
This is HQ. Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
If you just hold down the button, I think if you press down the button pretty hard, you start choking them out. I'm thinking that guy I choked out earlier is the reason I've got a caution mode going. With the caution mode, people are looking for you, or at least they're a lot more alert. I was caught there, but I was very quick at taking that guy out. It still counts as an alert, but at least I didn't have to escape. I don't really have any good weapons. Everything is noisy. Oh, a regain. Those are actually really useful.
This is HQ. All clear. Understood. The state of alert has been lifted. Resume positions. Who's there? What's going on?
Ever so good at stealth, yeah. So there's actually an Easter egg here. I'm gonna wait for those guys to walk away for a little bit. Okay. There's actually an Easter egg right here. You can pose. And in fact, if you pose a few times... Oops! Let's just put that right back on there. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, you can even like kick them around. Yeah, you can kick around the testicles there. That is not a thing I thought I would be saying today. Well, actually, it is a thing I figured I should have figured I would be saying today. And we got our first cardboard box already. So, it's not as useful in this game because we have the Octo camo. But it's still nice. It's not as if it's just not useful. I'm doing a lot of running around here, which on higher difficulties would screw me over. Because enemies have super hearing on higher difficulties, apparently. I think people also come down those stairs, so... There you are. Now, patting people down works differently in this game. Just pointing it at their head or whatever doesn't do anything anymore. Now, you actually do pat them down.
You gonna take it or what?
You press the triangle button for each thing you steal from them. Wow, white phosphorus grenade. All right. And then you grab them by the testicles and knock them out. So, that's how patting people down works in this game. And we got a Playboy. I didn't think to leave the description up there, but Playboys work just like the books in the previous games.
Snake, press the crawl button
Oh,
while running to
here's where you're
execute
supposed to
the
learn
roll.
how to roll. I skipped right over it, but yeah, this is how you roll. You press the X button, the crouch button while you're running. think I already took out the only guard here in this particular area, so I think I can just go on through here. Let's go ahead and get the camouflage for this area. I think that's actually worse. I wonder if there's a, oh, no, I can't do that yet. Never mind. There are presets for the camouflage, but I don't have a camouflage menu yet. I was thinking maybe there would be actually some decent camouflage that isn't just copying the walls next to me. I have never been particularly great at this specific section. He can totally see me if he gets close enough. Yeah, I'm kind of screwed here, because I don't really have anything I can use. Okay, there we go. So, you have a few ways of knocking people out or killing them. I'm just knocking people out because that's just what I'm used to doing. Uh-oh. I think this is the building I... Oh, no. I was just right by the building I think I'm supposed to go... Oh, no. Wow. That took a lot of my health. Oh no, I just crawled into a section with a whole lot of them. Okay. Uh-oh. No. Oh yeah, this reminds me, there is actually an additional thing you can do in this game. You can actually use CQC with a rifle in this game. I say that as I'm just getting completely destroyed here. So I can CQC one guy and shoot another in really quick succession. Oh, right, I have to actually press the reload button and actually reload. This guy is just chasing after me with fury. Uh-oh. You can also just, like, immediately start shooting at people when you get knocked down. Unless you've got an empty clip. I'm not worried too much about killing people in this game. Not as much as the last game. I think this game was designed around killing people. I just ran right back out into the open. I thought it was this building. I apparently misremembered. It's not this building. I just used all of my rations in something that wasn't even a fight. It was just like escaping. I am good at Metal Gear.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
This is the one I've played the least, I should mention, of all of the Metal Gear games. But yeah, this game was kind of designed around killing people, although you certainly can go through the entire game without killing anyone. And in fact, it is still encouraged. Now, Snake is not doing too well right now. You may have noticed his sight gauge was pretty low. There are a few ways you can make that better. I'm trying to remember how to open the description. Okay, I don't want to do that. So there are a few ways you can regain your stamina. The main way is to use one of these for your aches and pains. And then just over time, your stress will go down and your psych will go up. Your psych gauge will go up. The more stressed you are from combat, the quicker your psych gauge goes down. And if it hits 0, you pass out. So you have to be real careful about that. Prolonged battles will actually cause Snake to pass out. So you do have to be careful about that, as well as the fact that you know, as that goes down, your hands shake more and things like that, making your aim worse. So eventually it gets to where, and in fact, if you kill enough people in quick succession, Snake actually gets flashbacks to Shadow Moses Island and starts throwing up. So, well, doesn't start throwing up. He throws up, and he has like flashbacks to Shadow Moses. I kind of want to show that off, but I think I'm not going to do that just yet. I think I was right about that building. I don't know. It's around here anyway.
The state of alert has been lifted. Resume positions.
I think it's close. Yeah, should be right here.
It's me, Snake. Snake, it's me.
Huh? Otacon.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Snake. Allow me to introduce Metal Gear Mark II.
Metal Gear.
That's right. Just like Rex. But this gear's not a weapon. It's a remote mobile terminal designed to provide you with operational support.
Where are you?
I'm in the Nomad. Where else? I'll be watching you through the Mark II.
Wish I was good with gadgets.
Hey, I'll be with you in spirit. Anyway, because you had to dress up as a militiaman, I had the Mark II bring you some goodies. Starting with this. Put it on your left eye.
Looks like an eye patch.
I call it the Solid Eye. It's an all-purpose goggle that displays radar images and other data in 3D. You can also switch it over to light-amplifying night vision.
The rebels are out there.
It looks like they've got the government's PMC troops beat, at least in numbers.
And this is their home turf.
Snake, I know this is a sneaking mission, but you'll need to protect yourself.
An operator.
I installed a suppressor. And here's a tranquilizer gun.
How thoughtful.
It predates the implementation of the system. By some miracle, it was never recycled. It's getting tough these days finding decent guns that aren't controlled.
You coming?
Of course. I'll follow you wherever you go. Like this. I'll activate stealth so it doesn't attract any attention. If you need it, just bring up the start button menu.
Got it.
Snake, the informants who said they saw liquid here should be a little further up. Head for the rendezvous point. I've placed a mark on the radar in the upper right corner of the Solid Eye. It's a war zone out there. Stay on your toes.
So, I like how Snake said, "Oh, how thoughtful," almost sarcastically when he got the tranquilizer pistol. Especially since in this game it's completely broken. The tranquilizer pistol is the best weapon in so many ways. It has a suppressor that never wears out. It has it can shoot. It can take anyone. You know, it can make anyone go to sleep with one headshot. With a headshot from really far away, just like in the previous game, but its suppressor never goes out, unlike every other weapon, just about. So, anyway, yeah, when Metal Gear Mark II was posing like that, I could have pressed the X button and it would have shown some flashbacks to Metal Gear Rex. I kinda screwed that up. I wasn't looking at the time. So, but anyway, it was supposed to show Metal Gear Rex from Metal Gear Solid 1.
Snake, it's kind of a schlep, but I've sent you data on an alternate route. Follow the mark on your radar.
But yeah, the Solid Eye, you can set it to different modes. You can set it to binoculars mode, so that you can get more of a look at your surroundings. You can set it to night vision mode. Yeah, you can set it to normal mode. And even in normal mode it uses battery, but it also shows you information about the people that you're looking at. Like, you can see P Mantis. You can see that he's one of the praying mantis guys. You can also see that he has a blue indicator there. The blue indicator means that he actually means he's feeling a little sad. This sounds like useless information, but it will become a little more useful later. Possibly, if you want to play around with it enough. But that's not really something that's ever really all that important. I've never actually gone this way, come to think of it. I wonder how it plays out. Never really knew you could do this. Oh, there are guys there. There's lots of bullets and explosions, and just... Oh, hello. Yeah, I think now's a good time to show this off. Okay. Oh, dang it. Darn it. So I just held that guy up, so... Oops. So he wasn't about to get up. Am I gonna clear everyone out of this area? Yeah, I'm going to try this again. Obviously, I didn't really mean to fail the mission there, but I'd never really tried that way before. I should have known that they were going to catch me, but I didn't really, like, I really thought there was going to be another way to go. I guess the only thing up there is those enemies and that, Oops. I guess the only thing up there is those enemies and that, and those weapons, which I don't really care about either of those. But yeah, since I held that guy up, he wasn't going to get up and fight. I'm pretty sure. Even, you know, you can do that when they're laying on the ground now. That's a little bit new, I guess. You can switch shoulders with the right stick? Yeah, right stick. It doesn't matter where you shoot them on their body. They will actually pass out eventually, just like with the previous games. I guess one of the downsides is that it takes a little bit longer to it has a lower fire rate, because the, because you have to cock it after, or not cock it, you have to reset the slide every time you use it. So, here's the Metal Gear Mark II. You can actually control it, and as you can see, Snake actually controls it using a PlayStation 3 controller. You can turn it invisible. It has a battery life. And it has several things it can... It has several things it can do. Somebody just accidentally shot it there. Since it got shot, I couldn't use it anymore. You can actually knock people out with it. So it's actually pretty useful. But it takes a lot of battery. And it's a little bit hard to control, and there's a limited range. No. It's actually possible to get 2 people at once with this as well. And as you can see, I'm going out of range. So you can just unequip it to stop using it. As you can see, there's the militia over here. So it's good for scouting, and it's good for knocking out a few enemies. This utter chaos is actually kind of hard to deal with. Like, it just makes it really scary to move around. Those enemies that I had to take out up above are still there, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Oh, no, I missed. I missed again. They just kind of pop out every once in a while. And these guys notice we're helping them, so they actually won't shoot at us, even though we don't have the disguise on. They'll say, "Nice one," if you knock people out. So yeah, we can just walk right by these guys, and they don't care. We got an RPG now, since it's one of the rebel-controlled guys. Since it's one of the rebels who had it, we actually can use this RPG ourselves now. So we already have a rocket-propelled grenade, like at the very beginning of the game. Of course, I also died at the very beginning of the game, which I think is a first. But, you know, this is another thing that is very different about this game. A lot of these sneaking sections take place on a battlefield. Meaning that you have potentially a much harder time getting around, and it just has a very different tone and feeling to it. I'm gonna go ahead and equip that RPG. And I believe that destroyed the tank. So... that was the only ammunition I had. Oh! I really didn't think there was anybody left. I'll show how the auto-aim works now. Oh, well, that was the wrong button. Probably good for me to equip some regain anyway. So this is how the auto-aim works. It takes forever to kill anyone with it, because it locks onto the middle of their body, and you shoot at the middle of their body where they have lots of armor on.
We've encountered a new threat. What happened? What's going on out there?
Alright, so they're gonna send more guys because there's a new threat. They don't know who I am. Oh, maybe not. I want to clear out all the enemies in this map. I have these guys to help me. Oh, there's another tank. I forgot about that. I don't really have any more ammo for my grenade, for my rocket launcher. So I'm going to have to find some. I think I remember where it is. Normal weaponry, you know, guns and such won't actually work on the tank. And, I can't throw a grenade in the hatch in this game. Not that I don't even have any grenades. I have a white phosphorus grenade I actually can't use because it's ID tag. So instead, I just gotta use an RPG. And we got some instant noodles. And these guys are just dying all over the place. I'm just gonna stand right in front of this thing. So yep, we did it. You get these people really like you if you help them out like that. And they'll open up new areas in the map a lot of the time that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. This guy's running off. I don't really know where he's running off to. You see they get hearts over their head when they see you. I don't know where this guy's running to. I'm a little curious. He might open up a new area. I'm gonna follow this guy. Oh no, he's just running to the next area. Okay, never mind. That's not a new area, that's just the next place we have to go. But I think they do actually open up something new. I just don't remember. Oh well, anyway, you can get random stuff from these people if you just give them stuff. I'm gonna see if I can, you know, I'm gonna I guess get this guy. And since they control this area, there won't be any enemies. All the enemies are gone.
So that's where you were.
Oh, I guess you have to have rations. They don't seem to take... Well, maybe they'll take a regain. Hey, get back here. Okay, there we go.
What are you trying to do? Damn it!
Here.
Hey, thanks.
Oh, not gonna give me anything, huh? Alright, I don't think they take those. That's really sad. Okay, instant noodles, I guess? Sometimes they'll give you new songs for your iPod. And that's what I'm really hoping they'll give me.
Here.
Hey, thanks. Here, you could use it.
Oh, just gave me ammo. Okay, thanks. Thanks. Wasting my noodles on you. I actually could use that right... Actually, no. There's no point in that. The iPod actually has a bunch of Metal Gear related songs and a few extra things as well. Play some blues. Why not? Listening to the radio increases your psyche, or improves your psyche. So often the best way to improve your psyche is just kind of sit over in a corner, or to increase your health is to kind of lie down in a corner in a shadow somewhere. And as you can see, my health is going up really fast when I do this. But there's also another thing that can help. Whoop. I don't want to switch that out. I guess I don't have any rations right now, so the box. You can't have both the iPod and the box on at the same time, but the box also makes you recover health a little bit faster. It doesn't seem to be as fast as the iPod, but I don't know. It's about the same, really. Snake likes being in the box, though. So, you don't have to use your healing items to recover your health. You can just kind of wait around for a bit, using one of these tricks. As long as Snake is happy, he's recovering. I wonder if there's a box codec. I don't think there is. It's too bad, really.
Snake, you've got to rendezvous with our informants. Listen, the fighting around you is getting more intense. Use radar and the Mark II to make your job easier. I created the Mark II to provide you with mission support. It's outfitted with a full suite of support functions. It can transport weapons and items, assess your condition, conduct recon, provide map data, and analyze the state of battle. You can also use its menu screen to adjust camouflage settings and change equipment. To access the menu screen, press the Start button. I've set the Mark II to shadow you at all times. It'll be there for you to call upon whenever and wherever you need it.
Tell me something, Otacon. What possessed you to name it Metal Gear Mark II?
I named it that so I'd never forget that I was the one who designed Rex. But the Mark II's no weapon of mass destruction. It's a remote mobile terminal designed solely to support you. I want to show the world that technology can work wonders when it's used the right way. I'll bet that 50 years from now, robot buddies like the Mark II will be a vital part of our society. Even now, 30% of all snipers use robot spotters. I don't think it's quite what Asimov imagined, but we may already be living in the caves of steel. Let me give you a brief rundown on Snake, the weapons you pick up will be temporarily stored in your backpack. Snake, the PMC soldiers are using ID guns.
ID guns?
See how the word locked appears in the weapon list?
Yeah.
ID guns are equipped with locks. As long as the lock is engaged, you can't pull the trigger.
Any suggestions?
The locks are only disengaged when they recognize the nanomachine ID inside a soldier's body. Anyone not possessing nanomachines keyed to the system, or anyone who's keyed but not authorized to use that weapon, won't be able to pass the ID gun's verification process.
So I can't use PMC guns?
I'm afraid not. You're not registered with the system. And it's not just weapons either. Vehicles, buildings, everything used for military purposes is secured with this ID control system. Without the proper IDs, it's impossible for PMCs or state armies to fight. Think of it as a soldier's dog tag, only at the nano level.
So, I shouldn't even bother picking up ID guns.
For now, at least. But they might come in handy later on. Those guys really know how to put on a show. I'm sure it was old and decrepit already, but I've never seen a building go down like that. Don't forget, Snake, this is a battlefield. Conditions are changing all the time. Sometimes those conditions make it easier for you to lay low. Sometimes they make it harder. Always be on the lookout for the tides to turn. If you see an opening, grab it. For example, if the enemy is locked in battle, they won't be watching their backs. You might try sneaking behind them. During manual control, the Mark II maintains a wireless link with you. But the control signal range is deliberately... I control it. But in your case, you have to be conscious of the danger from DF. You can't risk using a high-power electrical signal for too long. It's like holding up a big sign saying, "Hey, I'm over here!" So try and keep the Mark II close to you when you use it. Keep that in mind, and the Mark II should serve you well. Snake, this should go without saying, but just so we're clear, you're practically defenseless while controlling the Mark II. So if you're gonna use it, you should do it from someplace you're not likely to be found. Right now, the militia and PMCs are at a stalemate, and just about the whole area is lit up with gunfire. Things are dangerous there, even for a guy like you. But if you could somehow tip the balance...
I might be able to divert the hotspot elsewhere.
Bingo! I'll bet you could shape battlefield conditions to make sneaking easier. Maybe by destroying a key weapon that one side relies on. Octocamo is a newly developed camouflage technology that's capable of almost exactly mimicking the appearance of objects and surfaces. It's easy to use, too. All you have to do is press up against a wall or object, or lie flat on the ground while wearing the suit. It can be a powerful tool if you use it right. So tell me, how does it feel?
Not as itchy as I'd have thought.
That suit can mimic the color, pattern, and even the surface texture of walls and floors. Kinda like procuring your own camo on site, right?
I do just fine with the regular stuff. I'm not a chameleon.
You've got it all wrong. We're not talking about lizards. This is Octocamo. In other words, it's based on the camouflage capabilities of the octopus. Octopus are sometimes called ninja of the sea. They fool their enemies by mimicking not just the color of their surroundings, but also the shape of the terrain. That suit takes its cue from defensive deception found in nature. Besides, you may not have known this, but there is a snake that can change its body color too. It's called the Kapuas mud snake. It's a poisonous reptile indigenous to the Kapuas River on the island of Borneo. Its coloring is normally a reddish-brown, but sometimes turns to white. So, snakes can sport disguises too.
Hey, what happened to stealth camo? You used to wear it all the time.
All that does is create an optical illusion. It's no use against Gecko with their infrared sensors. Octocamo, on the other hand, has micro-Peltier arrays that regulate the absorption and release of heat, harmonizing the wearer's body heat with any background IR radiation. Which means it can offer you at least some camouflage protection against enemy infrared sensors. With so many unmanned weapons in the field these days, I'd expect it to outperform the old stealth camo. But if you start walking or running, or making a lot of noise, you'll risk getting spotted by the enemy. And get this, the suit also reduces the weight load on your body and amplifies muscle power. The inside lining sends a weak electric current through your body that stimulates phospholipid production inside your cells, improving circulation. That should make your life gauge recover more rapidly when you're hurt. In other words, Snake, it's a bit of a crutch.
You can cut the senior citizen crap, Otacon.
The ninjas of the sea. I'm still stuck on that. But anyway, so this box actually, I love this animation. I didn't realize this animation was so ridiculous looking. This box actually made kind of a big deal in Metal Gear Online because there was actually a skill associated with using the box. It had sort of an RPG element where you could build up skills with something, and spending a long time in a cardboard box during the game would level up your box skill, and so you could actually get box level 3, which would allow you to charge people with the box and knock them over and knock them out. So yeah, that's a thing you could do in Metal Gear Online. I really miss Metal Gear Online. I wish I could show it to you guys. It was pretty great. But anyway, I think I've explored pretty much everything here. I don't think I really need anything else. So, I think I'm going to move to the next area. And then I think that's going to be it for this video. I'll take about a 15-minute, maybe 10 to 15-minute break. A little intermission. And then we'll get back to more Metal Gear Solid 4 for another hour. So, yeah, I'll just go to the next area first, though. Now,
It's pretty dark in there. Switch.
I was saying switch to the solid eye. He was saying switch to the solid eye for night vision, but it's not really necessary here. Unfortunately, you don't use the codec to save in this game, so you don't get any saving conversations. I really wish you could do that, but unfortunately. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna save this and then quit. It's just gonna be as simple as that. We'll watch, yeah, let's watch the briefing when we come back. So, I'll see you guys in just a bit.